The only two people I saw get into physical back and forth was you and Eddie Hearn.
Listen, he's been warning me all week that I bet he better not see me, or it's on site. So I've been ducking and diving, and we eventually crossed paths. But luckily, it wasn't as bad as he said it was going to be.
I saw you going for the bear hug behind, and then he went for the front hug, and he pushed you off.
Listen, I just love hugging Eddie. He's such a lovable bear. And he doesn't know how to react, which is quite nice. He wants to have a fight. I just want to give him a nice big hug.
He is describing you as a puppet on the string, if you will. What was happening up there with the dance? He says he whispered in your ear, dance, and you danced.
Listen, Eddie, I was saying to him, Eddie, one, I don't like standing next to you. You're way too tall. And two, I don't think he likes being next to me because he's always been the young promoter. He's always been the guy that likes to take it down. So I know how uncomfortable he is. And because I don't give him anything back and just, it's always love from me, he doesn't really know how to handle it. And that's all it is.
Do you feel like you guys are friends, or is he big brother and you like sunning you?
We're not friends. I know that he would do me over in an instant, at any instant. But business aside, I've got nothing personal against him. I find he's a big character in boxing, and he's a lot of fun. He's a lot less malicious, I would say. Even though he is malicious, he's less conniving, I believe, and less malicious than other promoters. I don't think he's got as bad intentions as others.
I mean, you say other promoters. The other promoter that you dealt with recently and publicly is obviously Frank Warren.
What do you want me to say?
Is that who you're referring to?
Listen, I'm referring to the boxing world. It's full of characters that want to do each other down and do each other over and block people out and this and that. That's the way the sport's been built. That's what it is. And so the promoters, the old school ones, that's the way they're going to think. I'm never going to change that. That's the way they've been doing business for decades. So I'm not just talking about him.
But do you think there's something personal about you? Because it seems like the two big boys, which is...
It's money. It makes sense for them. It doesn't make sense for them to have a third party eating at the table. It's just money. That's all they care about. They'll do whatever it takes. But I've got nothing, again, it's not personal, but that's just the way it is.
Knowing that, accepting that, are you giving them a bit too many opportunities to pull you up and pull your pants down?
Possibly, but they're looking at ultimately, they've never had competition in this country. We are a big player now. We have a serious roster. We have some unbelievable talent. I believe some of the biggest commercial stars coming through in this country. And so they're going to look for every reason to pull us down. Am I as experienced? No. Am I trying to do things differently? Yes. Because we've grown so fast, are there sometimes going to be mistakes? Absolutely. And so that happens with any business trying to grow really quickly, and that happens with any business that's breaking into an established industry. It's life. That's going to happen. We're rolling with the punches. We keep growing, and we'll and hopefully they'll learn to accept it over time.
I mean, learn to accept it. It only took Eddie and Frank how many years, and Turkey Al Sheikh and Saudi and all the money to come together. Yep. Does it seem like acceptance of a new face is really in the cards? So how do you carve your territory out? How do you make your mark if this is going to be fighting and you're happy to smile and hug these guys every time you see them?
We're already making our mark. We're already putting on big events. We had a most viewed boxing event probably this year in this country on Sunday night. We've got the biggest event of the year with the A side on this Saturday. We're already making our mark. We're just going to keep building our fights, keep doing what we're doing, keep putting on the fights, keep smiling in their faces, and we'll enjoy it as well.
Do you feel like, because the number that you had to pay to bring this fight from 12 rounds back to 10 rounds, which you say it always was it abusive?
No, it was worth every penny. The fight was sold out on Sunday night. Ben Whitaker's 10th fight. We had over 350,000 people watching his 10th fight, which is huge in this country. Those guys aren't getting close with those sort of numbers on their general fight nights. It's huge. It created a story. It sold out the arena. It created a huge moment in Ben Whittaker's career. And looking back, I'm extremely grateful for it. You have to, when I first started, I'd try and avoid the controversy. I'd try and avoid this. I wasn't comfortable with it. But now, that's what boxing sells. This event, Eubank Ben, is big because of controversy. And Sunday was the same.
I'm sure you would have rather just sent the appropriate contract initially. But are you now, after a less than 2-round fight, having paid all that money, having taken the stick out publicly?
Money, it wasn't all that money. It was absolutely, it was, they tried to make out like it was what it was. It was, don't get me wrong, I'm not disrespecting, it was a lot of money. I was glad to pay it to Liam Cameron, but it was definitely paid at least what he was owed for such a big fight. At least it was good business.
Do you regret caving on that though?
Absolutely not. It was always 10 rounds. I said it was always 10 rounds. I'm not going to go back to my fighter and start changing rounds. It's not going to happen. We dealt with it. Unfortunately, it was with the promoter that wanted to make the biggest fuss out of it over something that I see quite a bit. And that's all it was. And look, we move on. We had an unbelievable night on Sunday. I'm sure they were watching it, crying at home. And I don't want the personal stuff to get in the way of what an unbelievable event Sunday was. The fact that Ben Whittaker is the biggest star in British boxing coming through, and in 2 or 3 years is going to be the man in this country and worldwide. And that's all we're focused on, because he's an absolute star and put on a huge performance.
It's no fault of Ben's. He's not the referee. He's done the job that he's been asked to do. But do you wish that maybe it hadn't been stopped when it was?
No, it's like as though sometimes the ref has to make a decision. Do I want to see a guy stitched to the canvas? That's the way that was going. You could see that ringside. His eyes had gone. His leg is gone. He had a perforated eardrum. He didn't know where he was. I think he saved Liam Cameron to fight another day, and he should fight another day, and he's a great fighter. So all these people saying it was too early, maybe for a knockout reel, we'd have liked to see his head come off or whatever. But for me, it was done. The ref could see it was done, and it was an explosive performance. It was a brilliant night.
We saw Ben Whittaker, very emotional post-fight, crying. It was hard for him to keep it together. Really, Liam Cameron shouldn't be that level of emotion. Obviously, what went into it was what happened between the last fight and this fight.
It's nothing to do with Liam Cameron. It's about the fact that he's become the most talked about fighter in this country. Obviously, you're not over here all the time, but this guy is the big guy. He's the guy that people are talking about. And for that early on in that career to come all crashing down and everyone doubting him and telling he's a quitter and saying, it's a lot for someone to take. You know, a lot of fighters, they grow tough over their career because their big moments come later on in their career when they're, at a different stage. He's had to deal with world title level controversy in his 9th fight. It took a lot. And he was lost and he couldn't believe it. And suddenly it was like, oh, could the wheels come off here? And everyone was in on him and memes and this and that. And yes, he's got to be able to deal with that. But it's a lot when the intention is unrivaled. And what it was, can he do it mentally? Can he come back? Can he take the rematch straight away with a brand new trainer in an arena with the booing fans, with the attention online, and shut everyone up? And he didn't let it go. I think it was pride more than anything. He danced his way into the ring with his same music that he does, with his same swag that he does, and he didn't let it get to his heart. It was emotion because of everyone that was trying to drag him down and trying to stamp on him while they could. They weren't able to. And now he's just broken through that mental barrier. This kid's going to go right to the top. He's going to do absolutely everything in the sport. Well,
to a lesser degree, they were doing the same to you on the promoter level.
Yeah, exactly. It was double trouble. So
we saw Ben Whittaker go shout in the corner, but what are you shouting to Frank Warren after having been successful on the night?
Nothing at all. Got nothing to say to him.
You're nothing to say to him. No. You know you're going to have to work with Frank. It's been said that, well, if you had a better relationship with these promoters, these things wouldn't happen.
We don't want to have a good relationship. That's fine. We try and have a relationship. We're almost too nice for our own good. That's what it is.